I want to show you this picture.
Oh, no.
No, it's a great picture.
Okay.
I promise you. So speaking of, so for those of you that don't know, there was this camp named Jump Camp, and it was specifically for females going into their senior year of high school. And it was a day where you, a whole week during the summer, where you get to basically live your life as a music major at Texas A&M Kingsville. And that was really the point. Not only was I absolutely sure I wanted to be a music major, but two, it was so cool to be in that experience and really get a taste of what my future is going to be like. And I deep dove into my Google Photos.
Oh, no.
And I found this. And this, for those of you who are listening, it is a picture of that last day of jump camp with all of us, like just like kind of like hurrah. And I found it, and I just thought that, oh my gosh, this is the perfect thing. I need to share this with you because, again, bittersweet, full circle.
That's great.
And so,
I hope you'll send me a copy of that. That's really terrific.
100%. A little trip down memory lane, and I couldn't be more proud. So along with that picture, I found like the picture of my, like the drum set that I was like in the rehearsal room.
And the really nasty carpet in our old music building, like super nasty, like green.
Yes. And so
well-loved carpet right there.
Well-loved. It was honestly, when I heard that jump camp no longer existed, I was like, oh my gosh. Even my parents was like, that was such a good camp. And again, a very core memory of my life. So can you tell me a little bit about, go further into detail about what jump camp was, how the idea of it started?
So I actually can't take credit for any of that. I came in at a time where, and some of this is my understanding of it. So Dr. Melinda Brew, who's one of our voice professors at Atomic, she was one of the people that kind of brainstormed this idea of a music camp that would be empowering for young women who loved music but weren't sure yet if they wanted to make that their careers, and she wanted to give them a taste of what that might be like, so they had a chance to experience it. And so she and my predecessor, the previous flute professor at my school, I think originally started the camp or came up with the idea. And so when I came in as the new flute professor, Melinda asked me if I'd like to join in and participate. And I can't remember if it was the first year that I started or if it just kind of developed this way, but eventually I took on more of an administrative role with the camp and was helping more with how it was being run and so on and so on. But Melinda, for the most part, was the instigator for that particular camp. And it was something that was funded by a service learning project grant that Melinda would write each year. And that's where we got the funding for this. But as as expenses changed over the years and funding choices for the university went in different directions, we weren't able to continue the camp in that way. But, you know, I always think about it. Every year it was stressful and there was a lot of organizing, and every year it's like, oh, why am I doing this to myself? But it was really important, and I know that, and it was I think it really had a terrific impact on a number of the students that we got to then see and follow for several years. And even I ran into someone at TMEA, but I ran into someone on Flute tour last fall. We toured with the studio up into the Bernie area, I think it was. And a woman came up to me and she said, Dr. Janzen, I don't know if you remember me, but I was a jump camp student, like must have been back in 2013, 2014. And she had chosen not to pursue her music degree at Atomic, but had gone elsewhere, but still came up to me and really emphasized for me how important an experience that was for her and how it changed her life. And that was so rewarding to see that. So every year I think about it, and I wish that we could find a way to bring that back somehow. And I'm sure that Melinda is thinking about it every year as well. So one of these days.
Yes.
It will come back. We just have to find the right person and the right avenue for funding.